Alright guys, if you watched the last video, which nobody really did, and that's okay, new channel, not a whole lot of views is going to happen. But anyway, if you saw the end of the video, you'll see that I said, or I basically spoke into existence, that I wanted to build something for the Dragon, or build a car that I could take out there that was specifically for like mountain canyon style driving. Well, I think we're making it happen today. Let's go check it out. So what did we get? A 1996 Honda Civic with a B20 swap, which those come out of the CRVs for some of you that do not know. This is going to be fun. It does have a Type R transmission with an LSD, which is big, kind of really what I want for that whole, you know, driving experience and having it be more of a time attack style vehicle. So we got a lot of work to do, so stay tuned and let's start ordering some parts. Like I said, guys, the car did not come without its issues. Let's put that on. One of our main issues that we run into here is when we want to start it. Now, once it's warmed up, it will idle and run normal, but it doesn't like to cold start. We've already picked up the Teen Flex coilovers, fully adjustable, the Yokonaka Motorsports fully black exhaust. Super excited to put that on. We did pick up the steering wheel, the Momo steering wheel, detachable. I got some other things to put on, Broadway mirror, things like that to put on just to make it. This right here, guys, is a B20 out of a CRV Honda. The best part about this is that it is connected to an LSD Type R transmission. She runs amazing other than the cold startup. Now, I don't know a whole lot about the car other than it does have a P28 ECU. Wiring is kind of all over the place, so I'm thinking maybe it's a tuning issue. I don't know, but I really would like to get it dialed in before I pull it. I do want to pull the motor out of it and go through everything, timing belt, seals, make sure that it's not leaking, so that when I can put it back in, I don't have any worries. But I really would like to somehow dial it in and make sure that whatever the issue is with it running, we can get that fixed. Also, went ahead, took care of the brake. I did have a brake issue when I first got it. It did not want to stop. It does have a brake tuck with a Woodward or an adjuster for the back. So I had to get all that taken care of and ended up needing an entire new booster. We had no brakes at all. We do got a lot of stuff, like I said, that's going to be going on here. Right now it's just got some cheap suspension. It does have the Euro front and back bumpers. We do have a lip for it, which we're probably going to install here really soon, and it's just running on Stillies right now, which we'll get new wheels for it also. But this is it, guys. This is my new Time Attack, what is going to be my Time Attack Civic, and I'm pretty excited. We're not really chasing power here. We're chasing Honda reliability and just a lot of fun. Yep, guys, if you saw the last video, I am going to be putting a lip on here. This is almost a Time Attack style lip. We're going to do the lip, and then we will do the front diffuser later. But for now, let's get the lip installed. Not the best fitting lip I've ever bought, but it'll do for now. It was an eBay lip. Probably definitely go to something a little more legit, but not too bad. I will, I'm gonna go ahead and add some of these grommets. Got a whole grommet kit here. I'll add some of these grommets all over it to really force it to the bumper. I'm pretty sure the bumper is not a legit Euro bumper either, so there could be some fitment problems there too. Let's get that finished up, get it on the ground, see how it looks. She's on, and as you guys can see, a lip adds so much to the front end of a car. Now, we are going to put a front diffuser on here, which will also help this eBay lip if fitment's okay. Not as good as I would like. There's some gaps in the corners, but like I said, hashtag race car, doesn't really matter. Not trying to build a perfect machine here. This, oh, I didn't mention that this title was also a, this is a rebuilt title, so doesn't really matter. We're not making it perfect. We're making it functional and fun. So yes, so I think the next thing we're going to run onto is the suspension, exhaust, and I do got a short shifter for this that I can't wait to put on. Been wanting to try them. So stay tuned, guys. Make sure you're following me. We'll get back on this again. One of the things this car did come with was the painted side trim here, and the other side was gone. So we're going to pull that off. I'm going to go back black. And I also, this here is in terrible condition. So we went ahead and I ordered some new trim pieces because that just makes everything look so much nicer. That's what we're getting into. And like that, see, simple touches like that, I think just set everything off so much better. More of a, I like the black. I like the black trim, and then that black trim kind of just folds into that, and then this being all brand new just looks amazing. Actually picked this up off the internet. It was actually super cheap, but it fits perfectly like OEM. These were OEM, and I just cleaned them up and painted them. So yeah, such a good touch to this. Super happy. All right, on to the next thing. All right, guys, been seeing these shifters all over the place, and I've been wanting to try one. I really like the look of them. I like the style. I like how close they are to the steering wheel. And I've seen probably 4 or 5 companies selling the same one. And I think the only difference is whether or not you put your logo on it. This one doesn't have a logo on it at all. So I'm okay with that. But here you can see, I like the way these are. These are actually top mounted style. Instead of mounting to the motor and mounting, this will actually mount it to the body. So it makes it, gives it a little bit more feel from what I hear. So that's what we're installing today. All right, first thing before we get the new shifter in, we need to get old girl out of here. Take off the matching blue sparkly ball. And we definitely want to make sure we hang on to this part here. See a lot of guys put this shifter in and then they just leave this hole open, and I definitely do not want the outside fumes coming in. Car has enough issues. Let's not leave this open so that fumes come in. I don't know if this is a short shifter. It's not that far of a throw, really. Well, I guess it is. I don't know. It's been a while since I had manual prior to this. So let's go underneath the car, get this off. All right. Don't mind the ugly exhaust here. It's coming off soon, but we get rid of this bar. So we will no longer need the support bar that goes from the transmission and bolts to the frame of the car. The new shifter takes that off. Other than that, everything else looks okay here. Not a lot of play. Don't really need, as far as I can tell, you shouldn't need to remove this. You just need to remove this one here, and then that's it. Put the new one in, then the new one needs to be screwed on. Luckily, this exhaust is completely out of the way. Got a weird bend going on. It should be straight, but it's got a weird thing going. But that's gone soon too. go. Like I said, this pulls the whole thing out. I'm not going to reuse this anymore, but we are going to save it just in case we want to go back to a different style short shifter if I don't like this one. We'll see. All right, so like I said, guys, this is the shifter. It is not any name brand. Doesn't say anything on it. Got it off of Amazon. It's the exact same shifter that everybody else is getting. It just doesn't have their name scribed on the side. So, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, cool. So we're gonna throw this bad boy in, get this mounted, and then this needs to get, need to drill some holes, mount this to the actual body of the car on the inside, and then this will bolt to here, and then that's what gives you your now shifting point. So let's get on side, in the car, drill some holes, and get it going. All right, it's in. I'm going to say installation, not really that difficult. It does, like getting it bolted down to the floor here, you could probably use some help. It'd be cool. But other than that, these little set screws, have no clue what they're actually supposed to do. I don't think you really need them anyway. But I like it. It's like super simple, very nice and solid. It feels good. Like that's nice. A little bit of like a ninja over here, just doing my thing. Want to go into reverse, push the button, pull it back, put it in reverse, good to go. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Love it. Feels amazing. Like I said, guys, I got this off Amazon. No name brand, but it's the same as all the rest. I'm happy with it. I can start putting it all together, put the rubber boot down here so we don't have any air. I don't quite know if I'll be able to do anything with this or not. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Definitely going to close all this up, make it look normal, but I do like this being steering wheel here, reach down. It's nice and close. Like that. Like that. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for watching. Stay tuned. Keep getting on more. Need some gauges. So in the process of buying somebody else's project car, I always noticed every time I would try to start it, there was a bit of a grinding coming from the starter. And I figured, maybe the starter's going out. Maybe it's not engaging. I don't know, but it would do it a lot. So I went to the auto parts store and had them test it. Well, it turned out that this B series had a D series starter. Great. Love that. Now trying to figure out what starter do you get. I do know that this is a Type R transmission hooked to a CRV B20. Picked up Type R starter. So we'll see if this works. We're going to go toss it in. Everything I read is all B series starters are basically the same. It's other than just the teething marks or how many teeth they have. Did pay an extra like $20 or $30 because it's a Type R. So let's put it in, see what happens. All right, super easy install. Let's fire it up. I'm going to leave the intake off because we do got something planned for that. We're going to build our own custom cold air intake and box. But let's start it, see what happens. All right, that was strange. I guess the ground strap wasn't on tight enough to the starter, but it worked. No more grinding. Good to go. There we go. No more grinding. Type R starter worked. Oh, super happy. Don't put a D series starter in your B series motor. There you go. Lesson learned. Not, I didn't do it, but you get it. So I am building a custom cold air intake for the Civic. I've got some stainless steel mandrel bent tubing, 3-inch tubing. I already got my cardboard template cut out that I'm going to cut this out of aluminum so that I can make an aluminum shroud to block the filter. The filter is going to go through the aluminum shroud and be completely blocked from heat. First, we got to make this. So a little bit of TIG welding, a little bit of fabrication, which is what I love doing anyway. Let's get on that. go. The shroud is on and mounted. I wasn't able to use the riv nuts like I was going to, so I have 2 bolts that run through, which makes everything super sturdy. I'm fine with that. We've got 1 riv nut down at the bottom holding it to the actual body. I'm going to round this edge off right here so it just looks cleaner. And we do have a rubber seal that'll go across the top, so when the hood closes, hopefully that'll close up too, which will be super great. Now we're going to work on the intake area coming in to the air box. Then we'll drill a 3-inch hole, maybe a little bit bigger, because we're going to run some rubber tube around that so that you don't have the tube just sitting here smacking against the aluminum. So we'll just grab some small rubber vacuum hose, slit it down the middle, and you can make yourself a nice little gasket there. So super cool. Let me show you the filter that's going in there. This is the K&N filter that'll be going in, and it's going to sit right here. So actually really perfect. It's going to look really, really good, nice tucked in there, away from any heat from the engine bay. I'm really digging this. This is going to be super cool. I was going to close it off, but decided not to. Just leave it open. I don't want to have issues when I have time to take the filter out and clean it or whatever. Just, I didn't think it was kind of unnecessary. This isn't turbocharged, so there's not a massive amount of heat. We also don't have AC, so more air's coming through there anyway. So let's get onto the intake tube, because we need that tube to turn to figure out where the hole's going to go. Even though I kind of know where I want it to go. Alright guys, it's all TIG welded up. I was waiting to get a purge valve so this splits the purge so that I can purge. This is stainless steel. Did not want it crystallizing on the inside that it could possibly get sucked into the intake. So not too bad. Heat affected zone looks amazing. Welds are so-so. You know, I'm not a professional TIG welder. I'm still pretty self-taught, but I got good color. I do know how to read it. I got good color and I got a good heat affected zone, which is telling me that the back purge is working. I was able to put a lighter up to the hole, lighter kicked out. All right, now all we got to do is going to cut a little bit off of the end here, clean this up, and it can go in. We are going to add a bracket to it so it has a mounting point going off of the body of the car, as well as probably getting it powder coated. But for right now, looks pretty good. And there it is, guys. Intake is done. I'm going to add a bracket. That's going to come from here to here, and I'll do that out of stainless to make a cool little dimple dyed bracket, but I'll do that later. I still got to do that before we get it powder coated. But there it is. Came out pretty good. Super happy with it. Added the little rubber seal around here so we don't get them banging around in any kind of movement, which there won't be once it's attached to this little grommet here. But pretty happy with that. Let me know what you think below. All right, guys, like I said, back on the intake, and we need to make some type of a bracket system, something that'll attach it to the body so that there isn't any movement at all in the intake. And there is a rubber grommet here. I already have put in a riv nut, so it can attach to here. We're going to make us a template. We're going to go cut it out of some stainless steel, and we'll make a really cool bracket that'll wrap around here, probably come to a point, wrap around there, maybe do a couple dimple dies. I do have, I think, a 1/2-inch dimple die I can throw in there just to kind of make it look cool. Let's get to work.
Watching the sun, reaching for reasons. Watching the sun, reaching for reasons. Watching the
There it goes, guys, all done, ready to go to powder coat, which we're gonna do maybe a blue. I don't know what color we're gonna do yet, but we're gonna powder coat this, a strut bar, and another valve cover that I have. So let's go get it.
reaching for reasons. Watching the sun.
All right, guys, it's exhaust time. Let's get the exhaust on the Civic and get this thing out of the garage. I'll explain later. All right, guys, we're putting on a Yokonaka exhaust. It's all black. I wanted it to stay with the whole black theme, but first we do need to make a test pipe. Let's go. All right, these are all the parts I need to make the test pipe. I am gonna go ahead and add this bad boy to this here, and then we're gonna work our way from there because I do wanna have a little flex pipe on here. So let's get these edges welded so we don't split them apart while we're welding them, and then we can get underneath the car after we get the exhaust on to get the length that we're gonna need.
Reaching for
And there it is, guys. The Yanaka exhaust. I went with the black. I don't know if it's powder or Cerakote. Don't know what it is, but this is going on. And let's get it installed. We need to get the car out of the garage. All right, old crappy exhaust is out. And a lot of liquid under there. It's weird. Got a leaky exhaust. All right. Okay, test pipe's done. Got the flex pipe on there. Everything's ready to go. We're going to go test fit it really quick. Everything's just taxed up. Make sure nothing moved. Come back, finish weld it, and then we'll purge it and do it. All right, and she's done. Came out so good. Nice up or mid pipe here, done. I got to do something with that O2 sensor. It's a middle O2 sensor. After the cat, probably won't need it, considering that I don't even know if it works. It's missing its head. But everything else is done. Looks really good. I'll show you the back. Nice black tip sticking out the back. I love how it sticks just past the bumper. Works for me. We can't really test it out to see how it's going to run just yet because I got to go get the intake and all that other stuff over to powder coat. So we're going to go do that now and we'll get back on. All right, guys, got the new valve cover over there already powder coated. It matches the intake. So we're going to remove this one because I'm not a fan of the timing belt being exposed. Also, got a new Gates timing belt that we're going to put on. Brand new Honda water pump that we're going to put on. Just for, I want to make sure that everything is okay if we're going to be driving this and ripping this around canyons, turns, whatever. Let's get this done. All right, for those guys that know, the underdrive pulley on a Honda is extremely hard to get off. You can fight with it for hours. I did find that when you get this little socket right here, it just takes seconds. You can sit with an impact, heat, it'll never come off. This right here should take it off like that. Bam, just like that. Super cheap on Amazon. Get one of these, I promise. Fighting with that is just not fun. All right, nothing looks too bad. Everything looks like it may have been replaced at some point, but being that I don't know, I mean, the timing belt looks great, but you still can never tell. So I would rather replace it. Better be safe than sorry. Got everything off super easy. Going to remove this water pump. Love the B-Series motors that you can stick something down in here and it will hold the timing in place so you don't have to mess with that. I love that part. Don't do that on B-Series, so I like that. Alright guys, water pump out. She wasn't looking too pretty. I am real big with, if you're going to take a Honda part out, put a Honda part back in if you can still find them. This was not. I don't even know what this is. Other than that, I am using the Gates timing belt. It is the more high tension performance timing belt over, I don't know what this was. I'm going to assume that this was aftermarket just because this doesn't have Honda on it and it's pretty decrowed. That's gross. But, I mean, nothing was wrong with it. It was still working. But either way, I like replacing my stuff with Honda. What I do like to do is as I take the bolts out, I will stick the bolts in here so that I know that they go back in. I'm going to use a little bit of Honda Bond on here, stick back in, get the timing belt on, and good to go. Alright guys, new valve cover is on and we're getting ready to start it again for the first time. Had a hell of a time with the timing belt on this. That blue timing belt is so tight that it was almost impossible to get on, but we got it done. So everything's done. Brand new water pump, new timing belt, valve covers, freshly powder coated. It now covers the timing belt, which I like. New intake is on. Let's see what happens. Hopefully no issues. Stay tuned for the startup. There we go. She definitely needs a valve job because that's noisy. But we'll get to that later. She's running. Actually started way better than before. Not sure why. All right, guys, in the Honda Civic, we are going to be switching up the dashboard from what's in there now. Got a little bit of an upgrade, but we went ahead and ordered some parts. We're doing a very minimalist build here, so it's not going to have a radio, no heat, no air, so we don't need anything underneath the dashboard. But I do have vents, and I have some broken vents. So I hit up these guys right here at Custom Built Cars, and I'll show you what we got.
Watching the sun.
So what you guys are seeing here is he does 3D printed parts for your dash. We went with a gauge bezel that actually will clip in. These will eliminate the 2 vents that are above that, just to give it a cool little touch. You will need to reuse those. These you get entirely new pods. So this will go into the passenger side, and this one will go into the driver's side. And driver's side here even gives you an option for a gauge, which I think I'm going to put an air-fuel ratio gauge there. And then you've got your 2 other vents, which I went with the honeycomb, but you can do the carbon fiber, the honeycomb. You can even do them completely blank if you guys want to. This is not a sponsored ad, just some really cool parts that someone is producing for the community. So I'm going to link them, guys. Check them out. Really cool stuff. Let's get it installed, get the new dashboard.
Watching the sun, reaching for it. Watching the sun.
All right, decided to redo the door panels a little bit. I used my bead roller to run me a nice little bead all the way around. This is where it'll bolt to the car, pulls it off a little bit. Made the slit smaller for the door pull. This will get adjusted once I pull out the actual cover because I want to keep that. And I bead rolled the entire piece here. So that's nice and straight, not rounded over like the other one was. So now I got to make one more and try to remember what I did.
Watching the sun.
And our first test drive this morning, went ahead and I took her to work. It was super cold out this morning in Florida, which normally it's not, but I probably think 30. She did not want to start. Not at all, not having it. I'm going to play around with it. I'm going to check the idle air control valve. I did unplug it and it did act up. So it is working, but I'm going to clean it. Next thing I think I'm going to check ignition. But other than that, I'm probably going to need to contact a tuner and have him really look at the ECU and go through it and see what else there might be. But everything, she runs great other than that. Idle's kind of high, but does run really good once it's warmed up. But valve cover's done, intake's on, intake works perfectly. Looks pretty good. And there you go, guys. That's it right now for the Time Attack Civic, and that's what I'm going to call it because that's kind of what I'm gearing it towards. Sorry again for the vertical video. I do a lot of short form content, probably a lot more than I do YouTube, so it's really complicated to have your regular camera posted and then your phone set up this way and moving things around. So again, I apologize. If you guys like this build and you want to see more of it, I will do better. That's what I'll do. So if you guys could hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for me if you feel that I have earned it, and I will do more content like this. We still got quite a bit more parts to put on the Civic. We are taking it to a guy in Tampa to have him go through the ECU and see what that's all about, because I have a feeling that either it's chipped or it's just not chipped, or I don't even know. But we've got injector cleaners. We were going to be pulling the injectors. I've got We're going to be making our own strut bar for it. I've got the parts here. I'm going to be making a lower tie bar, also a trunk bar, just like they put in the Type Rs. I'm going to make one of those, probably do some dimple dies, do some cool metal fabrication if you guys are into seeing that. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys real soon.